Hello everybody and welcome to this Scouting Report. I'm Dan Haiek here with Matt Doyle in overcast Tucson, Arizona. I was going to say sunny. Usually it's sunny here.
Yeah, it's not sunny today,
not the case. We're here to preview the 2014 Columbus Crew regular season. And Matt, it starts with the new man in charge, Gregg Berhalter. He has flirted with the idea this offseason of instituting a 3-5-2, a three-man backline. He brought in Michael Parkhurst, who has thrived in that system before. He also brought in Costa Rican international Giancarlo Gonzalez, who has thrived in a 3-5-2 himself. So does that mean with those two signings that we should expect the three-man backline from the start?
Not from the start. It's the reason the 4-4-2 or really 4-2-3-1 or any of those banks of four system is so popular is because of the banks of four. It remains the best and most secure defensive tactic in the game. And so for a new coach who wants to get out of the gates quickly, or at least not in bad shape defensively, he's going to go with the four-man back line, especially because Parkhurst apparently wants to play a little bit of right back to get him in good for Brazil with Jurgen Klinsmann. That said, the 3-5-2 will become a club in the bag for Gregg Berhalter and for the Crew, because both of those guys are so good at it, and because the idea of putting Federico Higuain in the hole behind two strikers is just too tempting to pass up. This is one of the elite chance creators in MLS, and if you play a 3-5-2, you can do that. You could have Will Trapp and another central midfielder behind him, and you could have two forwards in front of him, and wouldn't that be nice?
One of those forwards that will be in front of Federico Higuain most likely is Dominic Oduro. He led the team in goals with 13 last year, but he has been a streaky finisher his whole career. Can we expect that kind of production once again in 2014?
Well, let's see. He had 12 goals in 2011, he had 5 in 2012, and he had 13 in 2013, so it's an even year, so probably not, I guess. But I mean, when Dom Oduro came into the league, the only way he could score was to get behind the defense and beat the keeper 1 versus 1, and he failed at it more often than not. But he's really improved his overall game over the last couple of years. He does make clever runs drifting in from the wing. Remember, he scored those 13 goals last year playing mostly wide. He wasn't running the center channels. That's a big change for him, and the Crew took good advantage of it. Just as important as Oduro, though, is Jairo Arrieta returning to his 2012 form. If he's the player that he was 2 years ago, the Crew have a real shot at the playoffs.
Now, this is a team that's been trending downward since 2009. They won the Supporter Shield in 2009. Then it was a second place finish in the East in 2010, 4th in 11, 6th in 12, 8th in 13. I think you know where I'm going here.
Yeah, I don't think
10th place is inevitable, right?
I don't think Crew fans want to hear this at all. But look, the Crew have improved, I think. Parkhurst and Gonzalez on their own is enough to say that. But the rest of the Eastern Conference has improved a lot as well. This doesn't look like a last place team, but if things go wrong early, you can lose a lot of points, and that could hamstring you the rest of the season, could rule you out of the playoffs. We saw it last year in Chicago. That's the fate that Gregg Berhalter and company want to avoid in March.
All right, well, this team actually takes on last year's last place team, DC United, to kick off the season. That one kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on March 8th. You can watch it on MLS Live.